Okay, I'm going to be talking about the Association's second album, Renaissance, which came out in 1966 on the Valiant label. This album has a nice, happy pop vibe with jangly guitar. It's got bells in there, a bit of harpsichord, and beautiful harmonies throughout with reverb and flute at times. They also do that poppy kind of bop style, which is very popular at the time. They like to do that. And the transitions in each song are very nice and subtle, and they work very well on this album. And a highlight for me on this album was the song Pandora's Golden Heebie-Jeebies. The lyrics and the style of this song was very different, and the drums and bass, guitar are a bit quicker on this, and it has more of a psych pop rock side with the singing and style. And the band was not very psychedelic overall at all, really, but there's a few moments on here where they were.
I've seen the calm before the storm, and then the fight. And now I see the sparrows as they begin to fly. And all that's left for me to do is cry. I've had my due of happy.
And the other standout tracks on here are Looking Glass on the second side, with its slow, psych-sounding electric guitar in the back and vocal harmonies. The song goes from slower to quicker throughout the chorus. A very good song from them, worth checking out if you haven't heard it.
You say that you're gonna go, I suppose you know what's best for you, so go. Run with the wind, taste the sun, feel the spin of worlds unknown to me, but come home to me at your journey's end. I'll be near.
And another favorite worth checking out is from the second side, No Fair at All, with its lovely flute and slow guitar playing. Also there's a nice harpsichord in there as well, and again with the nice harmonies. A very chill tune.
The sweet things you would say till now. After all the time we spent together, just doesn't seem fair. No fair at all. No fair at all.
Overall, the album is a happy, sunny 60s album, and I recommend it for sure if you haven't, and I believe this album is a bit overlooked and forgotten about, and yeah, I found a really clean copy of this for really cheap too, so I was pretty happy about that. And the other album I'm going to talk about is the We 5, Make Someone Happy, which came out in 1967. And the style is pop, rock, folk. The band, they would disband after this album, but reform and release the Return of the We 5 in 1969. So on this album they do a few covers such as Get Together and High Flying Bird, where they do a nice pop, folk, rock version of each song with their own kind of style. And the Beverly Bivens, the female singer, she has a very unique singing voice, sometimes slightly reminding me of Grace Slick, especially on one of the songs. And the song What's Going On. And from the first side, the highlight for me was 5 Will Get You 10, where they pick up the pace a bit on the drums and guitar and do a cool folk rock kind of style on this song with male-female harmonies, nice bridges, and just works out and sounds great.
All your life. not hesitate.
Just tell me, baby,
You've lost your love and say goodbye. Baby, I will get you 10, but I won't get excited. I will get you 10.
your tears will be shed
Instead of mine, instead of mine.
I've known about you, known about your mind many days before we met.
I really love you, but lost my love because you thought you had things set.
Well, baby,
5 will get you 10, but I won't get excited. 5 will get you 10.
And throughout, they also have softer songs where they also remind me a bit of Peter, Paul, and Mary at times. Like the first song where they do The First Time with its slow acoustic guitar playing and nice singing and very comforting song.
The sun rose in your eyes, and the moon and stars were the gifts you gave to the dark and the empty skies, my love.
The song Our Day Will Come is a nice mix of soft rock and pop with nice guitar playing and singing, one not to miss as well. And another highlight on this album is What's Going On, probably my favorite song, and where it reminds me of a Jefferson Airplane song with its singing and pop rock folk style. Very interesting from them, and another one to check out.
What's going on? What makes me think that I see where I've been wrong? How come I feel that I've been down wrong? Won't someone tell me, please, what's going on? Why am I saying things inside my head? Things always have to be better left unsaid. Won't someone tell me, please, what's going on?
And I also enjoyed the song Inchworm with its slow folk style and combination of overlapping singing. And the last song, You Let a Love Burn Out, is also a nice folk pop style with its, I believe it's banjo, finger picking and jangling guitar. And beautiful singing again. This album is also a very happy 60s vibe, and I believe this one's overlooked as well. And I think they're both worth checking out. I think they're both kind of forgotten records too. And should check them out, and I'll do a little show to show you my favorite tracks on both these albums.